About codependency.
You said codependency is just like any other addiction.
It is.
No. You need to restate it so that you're saying it.
But you're right.
You're a noob. This is your first time out the current patch.
Wow. Okay. So codependency is like any other addiction. Charlie and Verna were our good friends, and they were dating each other for like 8 years, and they broke up, and they both came to me separately during their breakup. And Charlie had come to me and said that Verna was trying to control everything and just was mad at him about everything. He said it was the weirdest thing. She was just trying to control everything. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even have a thought without her being mad about it, and he just didn't know how to deal with it. And like I said, I knew Verna and Charlie before they were together, and in my head, all I could think was, really, Verna? Like, I just don't see that in her. I never experienced Verna being out of control or controlling or codependent on any level. And that just didn't make any sense to me. But I was like, okay, I guess this is your experience, sure. Like I said, they both came and talked to me while they were breaking up. And anyway, we went to karaoke on Halloween, and we met Verna, and a bunch of her friends were there, and we were there. And we were all singing karaoke, and I didn't feel well. I had a sore throat. So Verna and I walked next door, and we got a cup of coffee. We're at the gas station, and I'm making my coffee. Now, when I make coffee, I like creamer. And I mean, I measure my creamer in my cup of coffee by the inch. I don't do it by the tablespoon. I don't do it by those little goofy cup servings that they give you that you have to open up every single one. And no, I do it by the inch. I used to do 3 inches of half and half and 3 inches of the flavored creamer, and then I would fill up the rest of 4-ounce coffee.
So about a half an inch of coffee.
I really like creamer, is what it comes down to. So I'm making my coffee. Verna leans over my shoulder and is watching me put the creamer in before I poured the coffee. And she lost her mind. She started screaming at me in the gas station on Halloween when I had a sore throat about how, you can't have that coffee! You're putting too much creamer, it's gonna be too cold, you can't drink it like that! And she lost her mind in the store. And my response was, I kind of laughed and thought, oh, I get it now. Okay, I see what's happening here. You know, Verna, you don't have to drink my coffee. How about this, Verna? You drink your coffee, and I'll drink my coffee. You don't even have to try it. You'll hate my coffee. It'll be okay. And she kind of laughed, but she was very, very upset and angry with me about my coffee. She was traumatized, I would say, about the coffee. And we walked back to the bar where everyone was singing karaoke, and she yelled at me the whole entire way about how my coffee was undrinkable and I needed to go take it back and try it again, and it was all wrong, and she was not going to allow me to drink it. Right, I was like, but it's not your coffee. It's okay. It's mine. I can have my coffee. You have your coffee. It's okay. We got in there, and it was Verna's turn to sing, and she sang, and she forgot about my coffee. I slammed it while she was singing and threw the cup away so she wouldn't remember I had coffee. Thank goodness she was also drinking alcohol. So, so anyway, about a month later, Charlie gets a job doing karaoke at my work, which is 2 doors down, the gas station being right in the middle of the bar where Verna and I were that night. So Charlie, her ex-boyfriend, and I, we worked together that night. We decided we're going to walk down and sing some karaoke, and you were going to pick us up at the bar when we got there.
Right, yeah.
So on our way down to the bar, we stopped at the gas station because I again wanted a cup of coffee. So I'm making my coffee, and Charlie leans over and watches me, and he goes, "Hey, you like your coffee just like I like mine." And I said, "Oh my gosh, I totally get it. Let me tell you a story about my coffee in Verna." And he said, "Oh, that's hysterical. You do get it." And I was like, I totally get it. But Verna, very, very, very unfortunately, about 4 months later, took her own life. And truly, 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 on my soul, it was because she was so codependent. And her life felt like she was so out of control herself. Like she couldn't control her thoughts, her feelings, her emotions, anything about her own person. And she tried desperately to control everybody around her at all times because she herself felt like she was out of control.
Yeah.
And that to me is the epitome of codependency. That is when you can't allow anyone around you to have their experience, whatever that's going to be, and allow them to have it because they're not you.
Right, yeah.
You can't say you can't have your coffee like that. You know what? It's a free country and I can have my coffee like that.
Yeah,
and it's the way I like it, and it's okay if you don't like it that way. You can have your coffee any way you want it. But the point is that codependency is a huge, it's just as addictive. It's just as devastating to families.
Yeah. People get into relationships, use drugs or alcohol or pornography or gambling or any number of things or overeating as a way to cope with the stress of being with someone like that. And I'm sure that every single person listening to this can say, oh, you're talking about this person I know and this person I know and this person I know. Then there's the mirror. Because sometimes that's the person I know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I also, another little story, I have a cousin who is codependent to death with his mother. He can't allow her to have any kind of a life. He believes in his heart, and I've heard him say this out loud, that she cannot make a correct decision.
Yeah, I've heard him say that.
She can't make a correct decision. What is your idea of a correct decision? I have told him repeatedly, you know, if your mom decided right now today to run naked down Miracle Mile and have sex with every person she saw on the way, and at the end of it got arrested and went to jail for 5 years, it would be none of your business. None of your business.
It would affect him.
It would definitely affect you, but it would be none of your business. Whether she made the correct decisions or not is none of your business. You have to allow your mother to have a life. She's your mom. She had a life before you were here. You have to continue to allow her to do that. I know you're looking at me like that, and I right now am struggling with this very thing, which is why I'm talking about it, because I am trying desperately to control my mother. And it's not working that well. I'm not very good at controlling my mother, and damn, she's stubborn and she doesn't want me to control her, and that's just infuriating because she cannot act correctly or make responsible decisions. Which is totally hypocritical. I know, but at least I recognize it as a thing, okay? I know what's happening.
You're a funny girl. You're a funny girl.
I understand the irony, okay? If the more I talk about it, the better it heals me. And I need somebody to slap me and tell me, you cannot control your mother.
Unfortunately, if I do it, it's a crime, and I would probably
people get mad on the police or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't do that. But so this is me slapping myself, saying, "No, stop trying to control your mother." Like I don't try to control my children as much as I want to control my mother. No. It's awful.
Your children control you more than they.
And that's true. We have this whole reverse dependence. Well, kind of the same.
It's
because it's codependent for sure.
Although for the most part they're getting better. They're growing up. They're
much better about not trying to control me or trying to and because I'm making better choices.
Yeah. Well,
they don't feel the need to control me anymore. Yeah. Because on my own I'm making better choices. They're not trying to slap me and tell me you don't act correctly.
Yeah. So I have a thought, and we'll wrap this one up. I was watching some self-help thing, or I don't remember where I got this, but there was a challenge put out to say your affirmations or your prayers, whatever it is you say, directly into a mirror. Look in the mirror while you're saying your prayers, or look in the mirror while you're saying your affirmations. Look in the mirror and say good things about yourself or the things that you desire. And I tried it several times, and it is hard.
It's really hard. I don't know if I could do it without crying.
It's really difficult. So my challenge to you, whether it's about codependency, whether it's about alcoholism, drug addiction, shopping addiction, I don't care. Whether you're just the most well-balanced person in the world, try looking in the mirror and saying those daily affirmations. saying those daily prayers, but look yourself in the eye while you're doing it. It's not easy, but before you can be honest with anybody else, you have to be honest with yourself. We are Mark and Micquette, and we are all just slapping each other home.
That's funny.
I'm hilarious.
Okay, that was better.